appreciate my friends also. My wife and my girlfriend. My wife, sorry to say.
Ever had such an embarrassing moment that you wanted the ground to swallow you up? Well, these guys sure did. From solo gigs that crash harder than my internet on a bad day to live mess-ups that stank quite literally, we're covering it all. So grab your comfort snack and let's cringe our way through the most embarrassing moments on the internet that have you thinking, I'm so glad that's not me. And trust me, by the end of it, you'll be feeling embarrassed for these people. Let's get started. Number 1. Overconfidence backfires. In this video, there is a group of 6 people who are together to rate each other's IQ on a scale of 1 to 10. And now, there is this girl in the black top and red pants who really seems to think she knows it all when it comes to intelligence. She begins by bragging about herself, stating that she's humble and modest, and even works in a biotech company on projects like making COVID-19 testing kits. She, however, demonstrates her confidence by ranking herself as number 2. Now this is where she gets embarrassed. She opts to score Tyler the last in the group because of his attitude and body language, implying he doesn't pay attention to others' opinions. But guess what? She ends up being ranked last in IQ herself. It's like a classic case of overconfidence backfiring, right? She was so sure of herself, but it turns out she might have misjudged the situation. And the cherry on top, Tyler scores way higher than her. Now that's embarrassing. Number 2, pants down confidence. In this clip, we catch a guy at the checkout counter ready to settle his bill when, out of nowhere, his pants decide to take a dive right in front of the whole store. But instead of freaking out, he handles it like a total champ, casually picking up his pants. Number 3. Reporter's blunder. In this embarrassing clip, the reporter's attempt to showcase an ice sculpture takes an unexpected turn when he accidentally shatters it right before our eyes. What do you even do after messing up like that? Number 4. Awkward parenting fail. In this video, there's this vlogger who accidentally shares a clip where she's basically directing her son on how to fake cry.
Put your head right here. Hold it down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
It's cringeworthy stuff. Seriously. You can see her telling him where to put his hand and how to make it look real. It's like she's trying to create some dramatic scene, but with her own kid as the star. What's even worse is she's doing it all for the views, like using her own child as a prop just to get more clicks and likes. Not cool at all. Honestly, it's just one of those moments where you can't help but shake your head. Talk about embarrassing. Number 5. The dedicated photographer. This wedding ceremony held a surprise for the photographer. He was so immersed in his work that he forgot to look with his eyes. He fell on the step hard and probably captured a stunning photo of the ground in the process. Number 6. A feline surprise. This meeting looks quite serious. The man is going on about political talks. But wait, what is that? A cat's tail? That's right. This man's pet decided to make a hilarious appearance on TV just when the owner was giving an important update. The feline friend goes right to left, wobbling its tail and turning the whole conversation into a laughing matter. Just look at that magnificent bushy tail. Number 7. The running flamingo. Imagine your school bus pulling up to the stop and there's a running flamingo waiting there. The whole bus starts talking about it. But when you get near the stop, you realize it is your father dressed up in a flamingo costume with the brightest of pink shades. Yeah, these kids will be pulling up to the next stop from now on. Number 8. Just married and fallen. These newlyweds are so hyped about their wedding that they end up taking a fall from the car while sitting on top of it. As the crowd says goodbye and the car starts moving, there they are, bride and groom, on the ground instead of riding off to start their new life together. Number 9. Legal team's courtroom blunders. Imagine hiring a legal team that makes you embarrassed in front of the whole world by asking the stupidest questions. That's exactly what happened to Amber Heard during her court case. Instead of coming to her rescue, her lawyers ended up making the whole courtroom laugh with their totally ridiculous line of questioning by asking Johnny Depp's bodyguard if he saw his male genitalia out while peeing. Like, is this a courtroom or a comedy show? And it doesn't stop there.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
They keep going, asking if Mr. Depp was refusing to leave the house and if he was strong enough to break away from their grip. It's like your legal team is working against you instead of for you. Talk about a total disaster. Number 10. The slowest exit. This man was in quite a hurry to escape the madness of journalists surrounding him, but his car did not feel the same way. All the eyes and the cameras were on him as he spent a good few seconds trying to start the car. But the vehicle was in no mood to go. Maybe it liked the fame and attention of being in the spotlight. At the end, the man gave up and walked out. He got out in such a hurry that he forgot to close the car door. He probably wanted to hide his face as fast as possible. Number 11, the upside-down moment. This man surely had no idea how technology works. When he was called to give his statement on the pandemic, he was upside down. The whole courtroom burst into laughter as they tried to hide their faces. They were wondering if they should let the man go on or stop him from further embarrassing himself. Not only was his face upside down, but there was a filter making him appear quite unserious throughout the whole speech. I wonder how he felt watching it all back afterwards. Number 12. Trump versus Pelosi. Man, talk about a showdown. You've got Trump giving Pelosi the cold shoulder, and then Pelosi just rip up Trump's speech. It's like they're in some kind of political wrestling match, except instead of body slams, they're hitting each other with snubs and paper shreds. Who needs reality TV when you've got these two going at it on the big stage? It's like the political version of a sitcom drama, complete with all the petty antics and plot twists. Number 13, the unexpected haircut. This young girl trusted the man on TV to get her a good haircut. She was so excited, but her squeals of excitement are about to turn into tears of cry. The hairdresser gave her the most frightening betrayals that you can get during a haircut. He cut her hair way shorter than she had told him. While the hairdresser tried to laugh it off, the girl was in no mood to pretend. She was in total shock. Girls might badmouth the salon behind closed curtains, but this poor girl didn't even get that chance. She erupted in tears when she realized how short her hair had gotten right there and then. She tried to compose herself, but it was too late. The tears were already flowing. So she decided to walk out of the set. Her fate tested her again with another embarrassing encounter waiting to greet her. As she was walking out, she fell right in the middle of the show. Talk about a bad day getting worse. Number 14. Veil off. This bride was on her elegant strut when the announcer did something that could ruin the day for any bride. He stepped on it, and down came the whole veil, ruining her perfect look for the day. It is a miracle that her hairstyle was not ruined. Otherwise, that man would have been a direct target of the bridezilla madness. Number 15. Delivery dilemma. The delivery guy is at the door waiting for someone to answer. But instead of just chilling like a normal human being, he starts eyeing up the food like it's the Last Supper. He sneaks a little peek, thinking he's scored a free appetizer. But just as he's about to dive in like a starving bear, bam! The door swings open, and there's the owner catching him mid-bite. Talk about embarrassment. It's like being caught with your hand in the cookie jar, except it's a whole meal. Number 16. Down we go. This man had one job: to get the boat sailing so they could stay ahead in the competition. But watch how he manages to ruin it for everyone. As soon as he tries to climb on the boat, he rolls the whole boat over and brings everyone down into the water. Number 17. Post-match slip-up. In this epic fail of a video, we've got a soccer player who just can't keep his love life straight during a post-match interview. He starts off thanking everyone and their dog for the win, but then drops a bombshell by thanking both his wife and his girlfriend.
My wife and my girlfriend, my wife, sorry to say.
Talk about a major oops moment. But hey, he quickly tries to cover his tracks, swearing his undying love for his wife, Lizzie.
Lizzie, I love you so much. I love you so much from my heart. So
Smooth move, buddy. You might want to work on your speech before the next game. Number 18. Dinosaur pickup at school. Parents often embarrass their kids without meaning to do so. But what about an intended embarrassing encounter for the child? When the bell rang, the young girl was greeted by her father dressed up in the most bizarre dinosaur costumes. Kids all over the block stared back at the dad, trying to pull off what seemed to him a funny stunt. But the other kids won't be letting her forget this anytime soon. Number 19. Egged up. This is the French president. He looks quite serious, but that firm expression is about to turn into a look of total surprise. Somebody in the crowd threw an egg onto this man's head. The anonymous person got such a good shot that he should be applying for a sniper position in the military. Number 20. US president takes a fall. The head of the state seems to be having a bit of trouble walking up the stairs to an airplane. He stumbles on the steps and it shakes up his entire confidence. The man can't walk straight with the deep embarrassment of falling in front of thousands of viewers. He trips again and again in just a matter of a few seconds. That's when the president stood up and walked one step at a time to finally reach the top. Look at how he's holding the handrails with both hands. That man is scared to fall. Number 21. Man trips on his chair. Zoom meetings were a fun part of the pandemic, but maybe not for this young man. The people seem quite immersed in the conversation, while the man on the upper right is busy roaming around in his chair. What he didn't realize was that his shenanigans are about to creep up on him. While he was busy doing stunts, the chair pulled back and dragged him along with it. He tried to cover it up, but the whole meeting erupted into laughter. Number 22. Embarrassing bathroom dash. At first glance, this interview seems like any other, but buckle up because things are about to take a seriously embarrassing turn for the interviewer. You can see her clutching her stomach like it's about to be rebellious, and as soon as the interview kicks off, it's clear she's not feeling her best. Then, out of nowhere, she clutches her butt and makes a run for it. If you look closely, it seems she may have had an unfortunate accident by pooping herself, probably mistaking it for a harmless fart. And the cherry on top? She's wearing white pants. Lesson learned, folks. Never underestimate the power of a fart and never ever trust white pants. Number 23. Teenage girl gets an embarrassing shout-out. This student thought her camera was off and ended up showing her whole class quite the scene. She started checking out her face and her teeth on the camera while everyone in the meeting room watched her humorous stunts. The teacher pulled her back to reality, but the damage was already done. Number 24. Reporter's ice slide. It's just another day for this Fox 9 morning news reporter, right? She's out there doing her thing and probably thinking it's going to be a regular day. But oh no, fate had something else in store for her. Out of nowhere, the wind starts picking up, and before she knows it, she's sliding backwards on the ice. And then, wham! She falls towards the ice, and you can practically hear the collective gasp from everyone watching. Number 25. Ronaldo's Lakeside surprise. So picture this. Cristiano Ronaldo is walking by the lake, minding his own business. Suddenly, reporters come swarming in, sticking his mic in his face like they're fishing for sound bites. Must be super annoying, right? Ronaldo certainly thought so. Instead of answering back to the reporter, Ronaldo decided he's had enough. Without a word, he grabs the mic and tosses them into the lake like they're yesterday's leftovers. Talk about a mic drop, or should I say a mic splash. Number 26, an unexpected interruption. This teacher was busy giving a lecture to her students when her own children decided to make an entrance. The two kids came running into the meeting room with their stuffed toys. The teacher threw the toy back to force the kid out of the room, but they seemed to be enjoying all the drama. Her students will not be taking her seriously after this. Number 27, the disastrous duo. This duo think that they are making quite the entrance at the wedding. With one of the best men piggybacking the bridesmaids, they receive the nod they wanted to get from the room. But turn out these amusing stares will soon turn into a roar of laughter from the crowd. As soon as they get near the stage, the bridesmaid stumbles and falls. And down goes the best man too. But that's not the only bad thing to come out of this fall. The bridesmaid's dress also gets ripped up in the fall. What a disaster! Number 28, Bboy's epic recovery. It's a heated football match, tension is high, and all eyes are on the players. Suddenly, the Bboy, the unsung hero of the game, sprints onto the field to retrieve the ball. But uh-oh, he hits a slippery spot and ends up flat on his back, ball in hand. Now, instead of letting the moment swallow him whole, our hero decides to turn the mishap into a legendary moment. With the agility of a cat, he flicks the ball up with his feet while still lying on the ground and strolls off the field like he owns the place. Number 29. Cake fail. This pair of newlyweds was about to celebrate their ceremony by cutting the cake. But it looks like the cake was not so happy about the wedding. It was at the moment when the couple cut the cake and down the whole tower went. The bride tried to save the falling cake, but it was already too late. It seems like the baker will not be getting a good review. Number 30, gymnast falls. Before flying. This young girl seems quite prepared to make her performance memorable, but the crowd will remember her in a very different way. The girl runs up to the point, and she is ready to fly high. But wait, the platform didn't quite support her big leap. Instead, she hits the pad with quite the force that a thud was audible. Number 31, sudden news. Hijack. This reporter is deep into her job, delivering the news like a pro, when out of nowhere, a young boy bursts onto the scene, screaming like he's auditioning for a horror movie. But our intrepid reporter quickly brings him back to reality. Attention-seeking averted. Number 32, surprise tackle. In this clip, we've got an interviewer doing her thing, chatting with a coach, but then, out of nowhere, a player comes barreling in and knocks her off her feet. Talk about an unexpected twist. It's the kind of moment that leaves you cringing for everyone involved. Number 33, Biden stumbles. Joe Biden is a bit old, and by a bit, we mean a lot. In this case, he is being a bit clumsy and takes a fall. His team comes to his rescue. Now, this isn't the first time Joe Biden has fallen. We're not just calling him clumsy for this one incident. There have been multiple times when he's taken a tumble without a care about how embarrassing it is in front of the whole world. Number 34, a windy stunt. This young girl is all set to test her performance on camera, but an unexpected visitor is about to bomb her whole experience. The gymnast performs elegantly on the mat, but as soon as she gets off, the wind decides to blow the mat on her face. With a huge thud, the mat hit her, causing her to lose her balance and fall to the ground. Number 35, a wheeling incident. This man wanted to show off his skills by climbing up the stairs on his motorcycle, but his audition for a live-action movie was about to fail real bad. His motorcycle loses its momentum halfway up. The whole weight pushes not only him down, but the motorcycle too. Down came both of them tumbling. The funny thing is that the chief giving the interview seems quite unbothered by the fall. Guess he is used to mess-ups like these. Number 36. Crane. Does the heavy work. The crane was lifting up the excavator down the hill, but it messed up so badly that it looked like the driver's job will be in danger. The man lifts the excavator quite successfully, but at the last moment, he lets go. The machine goes down the hill, leaving the worker feeling stupid about listening to his intrusive thoughts. That man is definitely not in the line for promotion now. Number 37, down goes the man. This man was all set to fix his roof, but what he didn't take into account was the ladder tipping off. When the man got up the steps, the ladder stumbled and forced the man to fall down. Down he went, hitting the ground with a huge thud. The camera caught all of it on tape, and his family will be reviving this clip each year on the holidays. Number 38. A birdie entrance. Did you spot that pop of colors making a startling appearance? Yes, that's a bird that decided to make a glamorous entrance onto its owner's head right in the middle of an important conversation. He tried to shake it off, but it was too late. Everyone saw it, and the embarrassment must be real. That's it for today's video. These embarrassing moments serve as a reminder that nobody is immune to hilarious mishaps. If you ever find yourself in an embarrassing situation, make sure to have a good laugh about it and keep shining. Tell us in the comments which moment was your favorite out of these. Like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.